back to Feed Me in the Forest, a channel about nourishing your body and soul through all the amazing things that nature has to offer. If you've been watching the news lately, or been caught up in the holiday frenzy of gift buying, baking, and socializing, you're probably feeling pretty frazzled. You're not alone. In this video, I will share some of my favorite relaxation techniques. Practice regularly, stress reduction techniques can help lower anxiety and improve both mood and sleep. So it's very worthwhile to make time for these simple little things you can do to improve your life. They are free or very low cost. It is important to make them a regular part of your lifestyle to help you break that cycle of perpetual fight or flight. I will also share part of my healthy and delicious menu for the week and show you some video of the beautiful winter scenery at the Trexler Nature Preserve in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. Let's go! I'm filming in my car today. I've always watched YouTubers and wondered, oh, why do they all film in their car? I get it now. Sometimes your car is just the most quiet place without any interruptions. So here I am filming in my car. I want to talk about relaxation and some of my favorite ways to de-stress and relax. It's a few days before Christmas. A lot of people are in the midst of the frenzy right now, baking, Christmas shopping, wrapping, social gatherings. I actually have a gathering to go to this afternoon, so I just got back from the Nature Preserve and I'll show you some of that video. That's one thing I do to relax. That is my number one thing I want to talk about. Some people call it forest bathing. It involves going out in the forest. It doesn't have to be a forest. It could be any green area or area out in nature. And you just go for a very slow walk, being very mindful of the sights and sounds around you. Noticing all the smells, the textures, the feel of the wind on your face, the feel of the ground under your feet. Just be mindful of everything and kind of let all your other thoughts go. And this can improve your mood, just walking out in the fresh air, being out in nature. It can reduce anxiety and improve your sleep. The second method of relaxation I want to talk about is meditation. There are many, many types of meditation, from mindfulness types of meditation to guided meditations. One of my favorites is called a Yoga Nidra, and you can go on YouTube and search Yoga Nidra and you'll come up with like a bunch of different results. So they're all different, so I recommend you find one that you like and do it regularly, and it really does help with relaxation. It kind of involves a progressive scan of your body. Some of them you'll tighten and relax muscle groups from your head to toe, and it's very relaxing, especially if you do it in a darkened room. Another type of meditation is a mindfulness. So this can include, your forest bathing kind of thing, just walking through a green area, just being mindful of your surroundings. There are mantra-based meditations, such as transcendental meditation. I practiced this when I was in my 20s. You have to do it regularly, 2 or 3 times a day for at least 20 minutes each time. And it really did help with relaxation. You can use your own mantra. You can go online and learn how to do those, and they're really great for relaxation. So number 3 on my list is watch what you eat. Avoid a lot of sugars and simple carbohydrates that set you on wild blood sugar swings. Blood sugar swings can induce anxiety and panic attacks. Ask me how I know. I've changed my diet and my panic attacks totally disappeared. It took me years to figure out what was causing them. I just thought it was too much stress, but it ended up being I had way too many sugars and carbs in my diet. My fourth favorite way to de-stress is to write it down, or you can also call it journaling, especially before bed. It's a great way to kind of empty your head of any thoughts that are circling around in there and keeping you up all night. Don't be afraid about what you write in there. Don't be afraid that it's too personal or it sounds stupid or whatever. You can destroy your paper in the morning if you want to, burn it, crumple it up, throw it out, whatever you want to do. But it really does help to kind of clear your mind and get all your thoughts out and help you sleep better. So my fifth suggestion for relaxation are using herbs. Now, there are two classes of herbs that come to my mind when it comes to stress and anxiety. And the first one is adaptogens. Now, an adaptogen, simply put, is an herb. It's usually taken on a regular basis. It helps your body adapt to stresses of all kinds. Some adaptogens you may have heard of, like American or Asian ginseng, or ashwagandha, which has been very popular recently, schizandra. Some of them you might not have heard about. There's some more exotic ones like shilajit or raponticum, cordyceps, and each of these adaptogens has unique qualities. So I recommend you read a book on adaptogens before selecting one, or better yet, consult with a trained herbalist to help you select the one that's best for you. If you want a book recommendation, give me a shout out in the comments and I'll be happy to pop one in there. I have a really good one that I think you would like. So the second category of herbs for anxiety and stress are called nervines. And these herbs kind of help to calm your nerves. And these can be taken regularly, or they can be used acutely. And these are herbs like fresh milky oat, which is probably one of the best ones. It's from the oat plant, and it's harvested when the seed is in that milky stage. So if you squeeze the seed, there's this milky substance that comes out, and that substance is very soothing to your nervous system. It's usually made into a tincture. So you would just put that tincture in like water or juice or tea or something and drink it down 3 or 4 times a day. Super nervine. Another one is skullcap, is a very good nervine. Blue vervain, linden flower, passion flower is great when those thoughts are circling in your head all night. Passion flower is really nice for that. There are also some nervines that are uplifting. So if you suffer from depression, these can be helpful. And these include lemon balm, St. John's wort, mimosa, and rosemary, and also lavender I would throw in there as well. So keep in mind that herbs are not going to make up for poor lifestyle choices. They're not going to make up for your poor diet or your lack of exercise or your lack of connection with nature. So those things need to be fixed too when you're dealing with anxiety and depression. So I never thought I would be shooting a video in my bathroom, yet here I am. Since I'm talking about rest and relaxation this week, I would be remiss not to be filming in my bathroom. Because your bathroom, if you have a tub, it could be a great place for you to relax. So tonight, I am taking a nice bath. I'm adding Epsom salts because Epsom salts help your muscles to relax. They're very high in magnesium, which is great for muscle relaxation. This one is lavender scented. Just make sure when you buy your Epsom salts, if they are scented with real essential oils and not artificial fragrances, which are often petroleum based. My number 7 way to relax is to spend time with animals or your pets. These are my 2 little boogers. I love to spend a lot of time with them. And I also am fortunate enough to have a job of working at an animal shelter. I work for a small animal shelter, so that's another way I get to spend time outdoors every day. walking dogs. I walk between 5 and 8 miles every day. Get to hang out with all this wonderful wildlife. We have a beautiful scenic nature trail with a little stream. The dogs love walking on it. It helps keep me in shape for sure. This is my shelter buddy, big 125-pound Mastiff. He's just a big doofus. Everyone loves him though. So here is how I nourished myself this week using whole, healthy foods, or as I call it, real food. These are a couple lunches I made. I made some turkey meatballs with some feta cheese and Kalamata olives. Yikes, I almost forgot to put the grape leaves in. Well, here they are with the grape leaves. And they're stuffed with rice and seasonings. And I did not make those myself. Those were bought from the supermarket. Here's a very colorful and healthy breakfast. It's 2 fried eggs over some different colored peppers, red, yellow, orange, with onion, some avocado on top, and mixed berries. This is a nice chuck roast that I roasted in my oven with some fresh vegetables. There's some onion, garlic, parsnips, carrots, and potatoes. And here's what it looks like when it came out of the oven. I made 2 to eat this week, and as I usually do, I made 2 extra ones for the freezer for any time I need a quick meal. I also made some wild rice with mushrooms, chestnuts, and some dried goji berries and some seasonings. So this was a super easy but delicious and healthy meal. I also made a big pot of minestrone soup with a bone broth base. There's cannellini beans, kale, some mixed vegetables, tomatoes, and chickpea pasta, and turkey sausage. Great for this cold weather we've been having. This is another super easy, healthy, and delicious meal. It's a piece of wild salmon. You can see that beautiful salmon color. I made some kale with some butternut squash with olive oil and garlic. And the topping on the salmon is avocado mayonnaise with some chopped up pickles, salt and pepper, and a few sweet pickles on the top. Super good. Filming at the Trexler Nature Preserve today. It's in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. This land was purchased by General Trexler in the early 1900s, and when he passed away in around 1933, he transferred ownership to Lehigh County. It's an area of wildlife preservation, especially for bison and elk, which hopefully we'll see a little bit later. It is also home to the Lehigh Valley Zoo. There are about 18 miles of hiking trails here. It's a beautiful drive with plenty of vistas, scenic vistas of the mountains. It's very scenic and relaxing. Here is the zoo down there. They're currently having a Christmas light display. So in the evening after it gets dark, you can go in and walk through the zoo and see the lights. It's really pretty and fun if you have kids to go with or not. Kind of soothing just to sit and watch the ice float down the stream here. We have some pretty interesting ice formations here. All these sheets of ice, I guess, came off of the river. It kind of looks like they were cut. They're very thick and smooth on top. Looks kind of cool. And there's a bridge that's part of one of the hiking trails you can walk across. When my kids were younger, they used to love to come here and wade in the stream. It's interesting to come back during different seasons and see all the changes that happen and how different it looks. It's beautiful any time of year, really. Now you can normally drive your car over this ford when it's not frozen over. So in the summertime, you just take your car and drive, and the road will lead you out to the exit. Today, as you can see, it's all frozen over. I wouldn't want to get stuck in that. There are a series of covered bridges in this area. It's a very pretty drive, and it's fun to ride through them once in a while. So sadly, I didn't get to see any elk or bison today because of the road closure due to the frozen ford. But I did get to get out. When it's this cold and windy out, I kind of have to force myself to go out because, like I said in my last video, I don't like the cold. But I'm always glad that I did because I feel so much better after being out in nature. So I'll try to get some video of that next time, and maybe in the spring. Once that ford thaws out, I'll come back to visit the bison and the elk. I hope you have found this video worthwhile. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. My hope for you in the new year is that you make time to go out in nature as much as you can and nourish your body and your soul. I'll see you on the next video. And please like, subscribe, share, and comment. See you next time.